What's going on, everyone? So, Damien Leone, the director and creator of Terrifier, really wants to do a Friday the 13th film. This is something that originally was brought up, I want to say about a month or two ago, might have been a little longer. That was a while ago. I did a whole video on it talking about that. And you've gotten a lot more, right? Like almost like this campaign pushing to like, hey, I want to do a Friday the 13th film. Just to kind of give you an update, right? Terrifier creator wants to make a new Friday the 13th, more brutal, bloody, and disturbing. Damien Leone has already spoken with the franchise's executives about doing a reboot. I am actually genuinely excited about this, right? Like Damien Leone, great guy. I've had the luxury of talking to him and comments and stuff like that and things like that. Great guy. And the Terrifier franchise has had some real success. He's really been able to build that and have another movie down the pike, right? Like he has a very specific style. It's clear by the Terrifier films, and he likes the gore and the practical effects and the over the top, which in a lot of ways has a very specific fan base. It's not for everybody. It's why you see a lot of comments at times where it's like, I hate these films, blah blah blah. But Friday the 13th is one of those franchises that like I look at Damien Leone and kind of like that style that he likes to do, like with the Terrifier franchises, and I'm like, that would be perfect for Friday the 13th, right? It's this gory, just brutal killing machine, right? That's just running through folks, right? Like I think if you were ever like he is like when you run through the list of like, okay, people that can reboot the franchise, people like directors and creators and their style and how would it translate towards an actual film. Obviously, we have Camp Crystal Lake, which that is going to be like a prequel series and all that stuff. I'm excited for that. We'll see that whenever that comes out, right? Like that's been postponed and there's all kinds of stuff with that. But like when you go down the pike for like, okay, what people would you want to kind of front run the Friday the 13th franchise? Damien Leone is one of those people on those lists, right? Whether you have him at the top of the list or, somewhere in the middle of the list, whatever, he's one of those people on the list. And I think he would do a really good job with Friday the 13th. I think his style, again, is something that could really kind of bring to life the franchise itself. Obviously we'll see. It's good that he's talking to the people that are involved in that. He has a lot of hype, buzz, and there's a lot of demand for him because of the success, right? Even other directors, other studio people have came out and been like, everyone wants, a Terrifier 3, but no one wants like that Terrifier, right? But Damien Leone is kind of building that name for himself, and that's what Hollywood is, right? Like, who's the hot commodity right now? Who's the guy that can, that people will go and watch a film just because his name's attached to it? Damien Leone is one of those people, right? Damien Leone is one of those people that I think can come in and he's got the name attached to him now that he's built through his work, right? Through hard work. I mean, you had, Nine Circles, something like that. And then, you had All Hallows Eve, right? Like, and then this was just something that kind of built. And then you had Terrifier that just kind of got put in the backlogs, right? Like that was something that was just kind of at the end of the, I think it was Tubi, right? And then it went to Netflix and then it just kind of sat in the backlog and then boom, it just the right fire just lit it, right? And a lot of it was like with COVID because people were just at home all day and found this film that everyone was just like, oh man, this is really cool, and just kind of developed this following and created this sort of snowball effect that ultimately led into a sequel and now two sequels, and we're gonna get a third sequel. So that in and of itself is very exciting because you have a guy that has been in the trenches and has worked and climbed, so there's always that level of respect for that. And now that he has the name and now that he has the sort of background or the I guess the following as well as just the pedigree, that I think that he would have success. And I think his name attached to a Friday the 13th film would also lead success. I think that would also breed success for a franchise. Look, I would love a new Friday the 13th film. It has been far too long. I'm excited to see like what they do, because you have all these series coming out. You have the, Welcome to Derry. I mean, obviously we just had the Chucky series. They're doing the Camp Crystal Lake. They're doing all these other series, which I'm a big fan of turning horror franchises into series, just because I think you can just do more, right? You have more time to kind of flush things out. You have more time to kind of build stories and characters and the villains and all that stuff. So I would prefer to go that route. But that doesn't mean I don't want the movies. That doesn't mean that, like, if you can't give me both, you spoon food feed me that all you want. But like the last film, the remake with Jared Padalecki, I'm a big Supernatural guy, so of course, which I actually thought was one of the better remakes, right? Like, usually like the Nightmare on Elm Street, more and more people have seen it kind of came around to that version, right? Which I think is interesting. I'm not one of those people. I think that movie is awful, right? Like, I think it just was not a good remake. But I thought the Friday the 13th remake was actually good, right? And I think that there is always going to be a demand for those classics, right? Look at like how many Halloween movies and remakes and timelines and all this stuff. People don't care. People just want to see Michael run around just poking people, right? Same thing. We don't care, right? Some of those Friday the 13th films are terrible, but we love them, right? Like, some of those Friday the 13th movies are awful, but they're just, when they're on, you watch them because you love them, right? Because it's great, it's classic, it's nostalgia. It's Jason running around, just like I said, just brutalizing people, right? I would love to see that again, and just a better quality remake. And the remake, the last remake was what, 2009. So I mean, you're talking like minimum, because I don't think this is coming out in 2026. So you're talking, let's say best case scenario comes out in 2027. And you're talking what, 18 years? Be almost 20 years before this movie comes out. So you got to do something with it. I do think I think Damien Leone, I think it would be in the right hands personally. I'd be excited for that. I'd be really looking forward to that. But we'll see. Time will tell. Everything obviously takes time. I'm sure, like I said, you're getting more and more information about this. Usually where there's smoke, there's fire, right? And one of the things, like, you keep building this hype, you kind of make it undeniable, it's going to get done. So if you're somebody that really wants that, keep talking about it, post on X and stuff like that. Because these studios are very, like, big into social media and like, oh, what is this? And what about these people's followers and all that stuff? So just things to kind of keep in mind. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you love the idea, Damien Leone, piloting a new Friday the 13th film? Do you think no, like, you should go with somebody else? How do you feel? Whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it either way, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.